Hello, good afternoon all. Thank you, Maurice, sir, for being with us. Now we will be starting with our next session, which is based on the cloud provider, which will be taken by Mr. Maurice Kashikar, sir, QI Systems. I will briefly introduce sir. He is an enthusiastic entrepreneur with a motto, let's make IT simple. With a versatile personality, effective and positive team player. Sir has completed his education from GH Raisoni College of Engineering, Nagpur, and bachelor's from Bapurao College of Engineering, Sevagram. Sir has several technical papers publications, and he is having his expertise in various technical skills, including Android, .NET, CSS, HTML, Java, PHP, XML, Adobe Photoshop, and many more. And sir is having his technical experience in he is the owner of Utensilial Informatics System Private Limited. Also, he is the owner of Tech Software, and he has given some platform solutions, mobility solutions to Persistent System Limited, Pune, and he was worked as an assistant professor in Bapurao Deshmukh College of Engineering, Sevagram, Wardha. So now we will be starting with our session. So now I will hand over mic to you, Maurice sir. Please start with the session. Sir, are you able to present your slides? We have given you the presentation.
Just a minute, I'll be doing it.
Yes, sir, we are able to see your presentation. It is visible to us.
Okay. Is it visible to all?
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Yes. Okay. Sir, you can start with your session.
Yeah, just a minute. Okay. Thank you. It's been an honor to present a lecture to all the dignitaries present over here. And somehow, somewhere, I had been into this field, so it's been always very near and dear me, and I like to deliver lectures on technologies and technical things. So today's topic, which has been assigned to me, is cloud providers, and basically we'll be covering into this session what is cloud computing, advantages of cloud computing, different types of cloud services, different types of cloud delivery methods, then cloud platform overview, and cloud platform in detail. The first four topics would be just in short, because I assume that everyone is aware about it. Then there will be an overview on three of the most used platforms for cloud computing. That is AWS, Azure, Google Cloud Platform, then Oracle, IBM, and Salesforce. And if time permits, I suppose this session is for 1.5 hours. And if time permits, then we'll get into details of AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud. Okay. Well, being this is an completely a lecture where you have to just listen. It may get boring. The reason is that these technologies are much more interested when we use it and have hands on it, rather than just listening it. And when we aren't familiar with this technical keywords and usage, so it may go over the head. And if this so happens, please let me know. I'll just try to explain everyone as much as possible with as much as easiest way I could. Okay, so let's start with it. Cloud computing platform. When we hear the term cloud computing, know that it has little to do with the famous cloud number 9 some things about. It's a key concept. It's a current and the future evolution of technology. Like everything else, though it has its strength and downside, so let's have a closer look to some of the most relevant cloud computing platforms such as AWS, Azure, Google Cloud, IBM, etc. Okay, yeah. Cloud computing consists of sets of systems and services working in union to provide distributed, flexible, and measurable resources to consumer of cloud services. So we can define cloud computing as a model that consists of an on-demand self-service, on-demand self-service model that consists of on-demand self-service, broad network access, resource pooling, rapid elasticity, and measured services. Essentially, cloud computing allows consumers to provision for themselves resource available for cloud service provider. Consumers are able to access their cloud resources from wide variety of devices, including mobile, laptops, tablets, and any of the traditional desktop, etc. Physical virtual systems are combined to provide consumers with the resources dynamically without the users need to know the detail how it works. So cloud computing is also one of the essential enabler of Industry 4.0. It has been shaping the software and business application market for over a decade, has an important place in the development of Internet of Things, and is essential to manage data, include big data, to give just an example. Now, cloud technology is also used for hosting popular services like email, social media, business application, etc. And you would be surprised to know that there is an average study that each user uses his device or mobile phone 221 times a day to look at email, browsers, and other of the stuffs. Almost 82% of the big enterprises are on cloud, and it has been expected by 2023 that almost 78% of the small businesses would be on the cloud. So this is the usage of cloud. Now coming on to the cloud delivery module, depending upon the delivery system, it is been broadly classified into four parts. That is your public cloud, hybrid cloud, private cloud, and community cloud. Now getting to the private cloud is, it has been owned and operated by a third party provider and anyone can use it. So it's public access like Azure and Google. Then we have a private cloud. So private cloud is a distinct cloud whose main key trait is privacy, and it is used by in several ways by a specific organization. Now coming to hybrid cloud. And hybrid cloud is a computing environment which combines public cloud and a private one by allowing the exchange of data and application between them. And the fourth and the least one is community cloud, a cloud used by community of people with possibly a shared or a common profile for a common shared network purpose. I hope the speed is fine. Hello.
Yes, sir, it's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Now getting to the cloud service module or models. So depending on the type of services and the resource customers subscribe this to, here are three main cloud service available. That is, first is SaaS, that is software as a service. The choice of the most businesses, SaaS utilize the internet to deliver the applications that are managed by third-party vendors to use. Many SaaS applications run directly through the browser. You don't need to install it, or you don't need to have a special plugin to make it run. So who are the best users for that, or for whom the SaaS is best option for? They are for best for the short-term projects that require quick, easy, and affordable collaboration. Sorry. Okay. Now, startups or a small company that need to launch e-commerce quickly, application that needs both web and mobile access, and applications that aren't needed very often. So they are the basically users of SaaS. And the second platform is platform as a service, that is PaaS. Here, as on slide, you can just see, I have just mentioned three different service model and who are its beneficiaries. Okay. So when it comes to platform as a service, cloud platform service delivers a platform that can be modified by developers to create and customize application. The multiple developers are working on the same project. Other vendor must be included, PaaS providing a great speed and flexibility to whole process. You need to create your own customized application. You are rapidly developing and deploying an application because it reduces the cost and simplifies the challenges. Then the third, which most of the cloud services which they emphasize on, is infrastructure as a services. When it comes on infrastructure services are made highly scalable and automated compute resources. Infrastructure services for accessing and monitoring computers, networking, storages, then artificial intelligence as on, and so on things could go. Basically, it does not, it itself provides an hardware which are required by high level big companies or small enterprises to make their things done. Infrastructure as a service is most advantageous for small companies, for startups, to avoid spending time and money on purchasing and creating hardware and software. For large companies who want to purchase only the actual consumer need. Then third, for the companies who experience rapid growth and want to change out easily specific hardware and software. So among these benefits, the cloud computing we mentioned. So we can see the cloud computation is for whom or what is its actual benefits. So when we come to the benefits, one is the mobility. Mobility in terms of what that a company can access its data from anywhere, from any of the devices it has. It could be smartphone, tablets, laptop, etc. Okay. Right now we have just analyzed in the situation in the pandemic of coronavirus that many of the companies have gone work from home. Like we are still also working from home, but it made us very easy to work because we had our server or we have taken the services of Amazon. It has been over there. Team has been connected and they are working together. Things have been getting completed as on time. Then second of the benefit of cloud computing is that easy to scale server resources. As and when required, we can have higher configuration of devices, servers, and you don't need to install any specific software. You don't need an admin to look after it. This care is being taken by the cloud provider. Third, the important one, safety from the server hardware issues and loss prevention. You don't need to look upon there is a shutdown, there is an emergency, there is an situation like earthquake and your device is been or your server is been destroyed. Whatsoever thing may happen, cloud services make sure that service is provided throughout and continuously. Fourth point which we look upon is faster web speed and performance. We get the best of the services servers where we get a whooping speed which will allow you to increase your site's capacity, providing you with the greatest competitive edge. Then automation software updates. Any busy man knows that it's how irritating to wait for systems update and to get it installed. Instead of forcing an IT department to perform an manual organization-wide update, cloud-based application automatically refresh and update themselves. Sustainability. If you have an aim and positive impact for an environment point of view, bear in mind that by choosing cloud computing, you will cut down the paper use. Basically, This is not much more important, which we have to think upon. But still, if looking towards the environment, it surely helps in cutting down paper waste and improve energy efficiency and reduce to commuter related emission. And for developer point of view, it develops and implements DevOps process. So now coming to our actual objective. Here are the benefits of the cloud computing: flexibility, disaster recovery, automatic software update, pay as you go, increased collaborations, document control, security, and location independent. Now we will jump into our today's main topic, cloud computing platforms. As in 2020, top cloud service providers want to strengthen their position with their core capabilities, plan and approach towards the market. The credit for the declaration of public cloud war goes to the cloud giant like Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud Computing. Basically, in current stage, these three cloud services are the most competent or competing cloud services into the market. No doubt, there are other 3-4 cloud services which are behind them, like IBM Cloud, Oracle, Salesforce, and Alibaba Cloud. Okay, so upcoming technologies like cloud-based machine learning and artificial intelligence, etc., will have a crucial role in the result of the race to dominate the market. So, looking towards a brief summary of major cloud vendor services and their performance against their peers. So, we are going to discuss about 6 main clouds. Okay. So, first one will go with Amazon Web Services. Amazon Web Services is a giant that enables companies across the globe to develop their digital infrastructure entirely or partially using the world. In 2018 was the year of total supremacy of AWS. There were almost 69% of the users under its umbrella. But the scenario has been changing since 2019 and yeah, sure, in 2020. So in 2003, as I said, 69% were under its umbrella. In 2019, their growth slowed down, but they still managed to stay at the top of the market. While with Microsoft Azure fueling the engine with lots of innovation, it's going to increase the cloud war. Since AWS is the oldest cloud service provider, they offer numerous number of services, plenty number of services they have. They have an offering more than what the client requires or is necessary. For the company that already uses on-premise data centers, Amazon have recently started or launched AWS Storage Gateway. This enables the customer to connect with their existing storage and backup to the cloud with a single console to access storage configuration. Then next of the service provided by AWS is Cloud Formation, which is a technology by Amazon that lets the firm to control the resource and application stack that are required for the mobile and the web applications. Simply put, the and customer get the access to infrastructural components of the cloud service with a central command line interface to manage them. Such technological advancement has helped Amazon to establish itself into the global market. Amazon has also formed a strategic relationship with other technological firms that have helped it in global expansion. Its collaboration with a SaaS company, Apptio, is a prominent example which enables the customer to make an intelligent decision on migration of AWS. Talking about its market share, when it comes to the market share, the company reported a revenue of almost $19 billion in 2000 in a single quarter, quarter three of 2019. And right now, what we can say is that it has a 39% of the share uh, in the market. Second, with a 19% of the share, we have uh, Amazon, sorry, yeah, 19% share, we have Azure. Okay, so Windows Azure is closest competitor of Cloud King AWS and is getting even closer and closer. The Microsoft emphasizes a lot on innovation to deliver the exceptional services. So, like AWS, they also have an hefty lot of services which include cloud services to Office 365, business subscription, Dynamic 365, and the LinkedIn services. This makes it challenging to the competitor their services directly with their competitors and other cloud service providers. One of the useful feature of Microsoft cloud solution is Azure's machine learning services. The user can deploy, test, manage, move, and even monitor their machine learning models in a cloud-based environment using this service. A recent survey says that a recent survey was been there where the CEOs of 100 topmost companies were views were taken, which suggests that Azure is more popular than Amazon. The reasons are few but important. Then Azure has tied with numerous vendors in the world that has helped Microsoft in bringing in more customers to the cloud. It was most active company in 2019, managing to acquire almost 2 companies each month. I think that is the most fastest acquisition which Microsoft has done. And uh, to name few popular ones, they have 10-year LinkedIn migration on Azure deal. They have also bought movers and movers, which resulted in easier cloud migration over the Azure. The strategic partnership has also helped the customers in boosting their ROI. Just a minute. Hello. Exam waiting for that. Extremely sorry. Okay. Extreme great number of big giants are partnered with Azure to move a significant part to their operations to the cloud. One prominent example is a 5-year partnership of Microsoft with Disney. A part of this partnership, a new method will be deployed to move production content on the cloud. The recent technological development and association with renowned organizations globally reflects a brighter future for Microsoft. In 19, and the growth rate was 89%. Just we have seen that Amazon had a growth percent of 8%, while uh, with a very high pace of around 89%, Azure is competing with AWS. It has also extended its market share and significantly jumped in revenue generation. Now, coming third to cloud platform is your Google Cloud. In 2018, the cloud platform actually started, Google Cloud Platform actually started getting its recognition. In April 2009, Google Cloud picked up the pace with Google Next, Google Cloud Platform, and the VM announced a partnership in 2019. It was one of the biggest collaboration for the last year. They have proved a firm grip over the banking and the finance sector by getting HSBC as a client. Around the same time, the Google has reported an average revenue of $8 billion a year through its cloud business. The report is noteworthy just 2 months before, like a quarter before, Google has reported a revenue of around $4 billion. And within 2 months, it has reported a net revenue of $8 billion. It was almost double in 2 months. The company has made several changes regularly to make it an entrepreneur cloud computing giant. One such change was the simplification of contract terms and conditions along with compliance certification. Recently, the company has acquired a Looker platform that offers analytical solution to the cloud users. Then Google Cloud Platform offers the cheapest and the cloud service in the market. They are actively acquiring SMBs, companies that can provide support in making the migration process smooth and faster. Then as per the analytical data, it has been expected that Google would hit to its business $38 billion annual sale by 2025. Well, you can just understand, just giving an overview about these cloud services, you can just look towards the opportunity and the market share and the volume of the money which has been involved into it. They are talking in billions of dollars. Total, it has been expected by 2025. This cloud market would be around $623 billion. Huge chunk of money. So that is the reason each and every one is topmost giants are running behind this cloud computing and cloud platform. Fourth one below them is Salesforce. Another major player in the cloud computing is expected to generate a revenue of $17 billion in this financial year 2020. This prediction by Interactive, then how was this data being predicted? This prediction by Interactive Data and Analytical Platform Triffies also reported that there is almost 28% growth compared to the last year. The users are daily and gradually increasing. Again, Salesforce has made an increment of 28% share, like a 28% growth into its business. The fact that the majority of top 20 banks of the Europe and the US uses Salesforce also reflects its penetration in the cloud market. One of the facts that led to its success is deployment of cutting-edge technology in its CRM platform. The customers of Salesforce CRM can rely on AI, artificial intelligence, to recognize sales opportunity, which in turn leads to more revenue. Another reason behind enormous growth is the earlier mover advantages. It was the first company to start offering CRM in the cloud. The launch of the App Exchange, a third-party marketplace that allowed developers to create and sell their app on the Salesforce user, was another major event that added to its success. In the last few years, Salesforce has acquired numerous firms to expand its ecosystem. The year 2016 has witnessed 13 acquisitions by the company with the like of Steelbrick and Demandware, not Dreamware. And the share which it has is 4%. I specifically skip Alibaba. Okay. The fifth one is IBM Cloud. IBM reported a total revenue of $5.3 billion in quarter 2019, which is 6.4% higher than the previous quarter. Some features that are attracted to these businesses are open technologies that assure interoperability, an integrated hybrid cloud that lets the business unlock hybrid data, powerful analytic systems, development solution for enterprises. In a near future, IBM has stated that it would acquire more of the companies related to hybrid cloud solutions. It has recently acquired Red Hat, which is expected to aid the delivery of hybrid solution efficiently. The sixth and the last, which I am going to have an overlook, is Oracle Cloud. We have compared to other players in this list. Oracle Cloud lags somewhere behind. The contribution of its cloud services and the licensing support to the total revenue of $6.81 billion in 2019. To maintain its presence in the cloud race, it is utilizing the extensive presence of its software in data centers of existing customers. Its tie-up with Microsoft is delivering cloud has also provided to be advantageous. The combination of these two services is also been offered in Canada. The market research says that the cloud computing market will reach almost $623.3 billion in 2023. To get the largest slice, each company needs to emphasize on unique technology and artificial intelligence and machine learning. So along with the scope of cloud computing companies and the new startups, the company which are going to deal with security, then what we can say is data migration. Third, we'll see artificial intelligence, machine learning are the key point where these platforms are going ahead and looking for. So the scope for youngsters and as well as technocrats has a huge scope. And again, the money involved into it. Okay. So if we see as in the future of cloud computing, in 2020, we can expect businesses to have growing lines of cloud services at their disposal. For speedy application development, enhance security, manage workload efficiently, and utilize addictive technologies like edge, machine learning, and more. This decade will witness the brave and the new world of cloud that will deliver the value, responsiveness, and the reliance. Amazon Web Services is expected to continue to lead the market. What everyone feels, and as well as the study and the research analysis, is that Amazon Web Services is expected to continue to lead the market of cloud computing with Azure and Google platform. A lot of startup will also come at the forefront as additive services provided for migration, just now I said, that is migration, security, and add-ons. Overall, 2020 is going to be an exciting year, or it is almost towards the end. The corona has given a lot. Well, it has given a good days to IT companies. It's not good for humankind, but for IT world, it has, or for IT world, basically, it has been coming up as a boom, and innovation in the world of computing. I hope everyone's got a idea regarding it. I hope no one is sleepy over here.
No, sir, alive. Please continue.
No, there isn't a single noise, so I felt that everyone is slept a lot. Because just to hear about cloud computing is a part of a boring work. It's more amused to work on it. Okay. So we have a much more time, so we can get into details of Amazon Web Services. We'll be getting a bit into depth of Amazon Web Services since you have just heard that its penetration into market, its requirement growth, and enormous scope for employability into this cloud computing. So if you are aware of Amazon Web Services, you have a huge scope because each and every small and big, every segment is trying to work on cloud, and preferably they are going with Amazon services. Okay. So starting with Amazon Web Services. So what Amazon Web Service says about cloud computing? It defines cloud computing with its own terminology. Okay. It says that Amazon Web Services describes this cloud computing as it is the on-demand delivery of compute power, database, storage, application, and other IT resources via the internet with pay-as-you-go pricing. AWS stands for Amazon Web Services. It is completely secure, emerging cloud computing platform provided by Amazon. It offers a combination of infrastructure as service, platform as service, and package software as service. It provides services
Sir,
in the form, yeah.
so sorry to interrupt you. Sir, could we take a practical in this session? Actually, the theoretical session is very much effective if we do the practice with the same. So, if it's possible, sir, from your side, so could we do the practical with the login?
Uh,
It's given a lot of learning.
Actually, I would have loved to do that, uh, but right now it is not possible. Mm,
Okay, sir. Okay.
yeah, if it could be have conveyed to me just prior or yesterday, I could have make everything unable so could I would have given a live working with the Amazon Web Services or this Google. At least Google, I would have given you a demonstration like putting up an application working backend backend application and it's working. But
Okay, sir. Actually, sir, we are all aware about the theoretical section, but we don't know the practice session. We don't have the practice session. That's why I'm just asking.
that's why in the starting I just said that. But okay, still I'll try that I could get through a practical session with Google Cloud. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Uh, Initially we'll get with AWS and then we'll go with Google Cloud. Okay.
Okay, sir. Sure, sure, sure. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Uh, okay. Let's get it done. Okay. I was with Google's Pay as you go. Then in 2006 from the internal infrastructure, basically Amazon started this cloud computing for their business, online business, and slowly and gradually they have come for all others. So it offers many different tools and solutions to enterprises and solution and software developed that are used in data centers up to in 190 countries. Groups such as government agencies, education institute, non-profits, and private organizations can use AWS services. Now, when it comes, how does AWS work? AWS separated into different services. Each can be configured in different ways based on the user's need. Users should be able to see configuration and options and individual server maps to an AWS service. More than 100 services on the Amazon Web Service portfolio, including compute, those for compute, database, data management, migration, and securities. So the services can be categorized as compute, storage databases, data management, migration, hybrid cloud, networking, deployment tools, then complete management of the system, monitoring and security, governance, big data management, analytics, and in this modern world, the most emphasized is artificial intelligence, mobile development, and messaging and notification to its customer. So coming to availability, the Amazon Web Services provides services from dozens of data centers spread across availability zones, which is usually when we log in, you can see AZs in the across the world. As AZ is the location that contains the multiple physical data centers. Region is collection of AZs in different geographical proximities connected by low latency network. A business will use multiple availability zones for a variety of reasons, such as compliances, proximity to for end customers. If we get an if we look towards an example of AWS, customer can spin a virtual machine and replicate data in different AZs to achieve the high reliability in infrastructure that is resistant to failure of individual server or an entire data center. Amazon Elastic Computing Cloud, EC2, it is over here. Okay, so EC2 is a service that provides virtual server called EC2 instance for computing capacity, to compute capacity. The EC2 service offers dozens of instance types with varying capacity and sizes tailored to a specific workload type and application, such as memory intensive and accelerated computing jobs. AWS also provides around auto scaling tool to dynamic scale capacity, maintaining instance health and performance of the server. Secondly, load balances as and when required. If you have just hosted your e-commerce on AWS and other clouding, and like just we had an this sale, Amazon sale, the number of users were too high as compared to regular users. So in that type, what Amazon had to do or the Flipkart had to do is that they have to just for few days they have to enhance their services, pay for it, and once it was normalized, then they have again released those services and the prior which they were using, prior infrastructure, they were back to that. So what this helped is that they had to pay only for that 7 or 10 days, not more than that. So these led to huge cost saving for companies. Now, when it comes to storage, Amazon simply stores storage service S3 provides scalable object storage for the data backup, collection, and analytics. An IT professional stores data and files as S3 objects, which can range up to 5 gigabytes inside S3 bucket to keep them organized. A business can save money with S3 through its infrequent access. When we pay for any of the services, there is ingress and egress. Okay. So there are few data which we use regularly. There is few data we don't record on the daily basis. So depending upon usability, we can keep these data, and this will help again to save the cost. And the business can save money with S3 through its infrequent access storage tier or by using Amazon Glacier for a long-term cold storage. The Amazon Elastic Block Stores provide block-level storage volume that persists data storage with using EC2 instance. The Amazon Elastic File System offers or manages cloud-based file storage. In Amazon, everything is in the form of blocks. There are various levels on which application is built upon. These blocks can be what we say put together or as and required been what we can say is that basically application can be interlinked and delinked as and when required. This helps to build an application very fast. And business can also migrate data to the cloud via storage transport devices such as AWS Snowball and Snow Mobile, or AWS storage gateway, which we have earlier said that the companies can use their local data, local store centers data can be migrated and been collaborated and can be used from the over the cloud to enable on-premise apps to access cloud data. Then when we come to the database and database management, the Amazon Relational Database Service, which includes option for Oracle, then SQL Server, then MySQL, MariaDB, and PostgreSQL, and the proprietary high-performance database called Amazon Aurora, which provides a relational database management system for AWS users. AWS also offers managed no SQL database through Amazon DynamoDB. An AWS customer can use AWS Elastic Cache and Dynamic DB Accelerator as in memory and real-time data cache for applications. Just now which I said, there are few data which we have to use frequently, and that is a few data which we don't need regularly. Okay. So as and required, the data which we are going to use on the regular basis could be brought into cache, and from there it could be accessed. Then there is Amazon Redshift, which offers a data warehouse which makes it easier for data analysts to perform business intelligence tasks. With the help of this service, the data can be stored in columns instead of rows. Then we have next point, migration. Migration and hybrid cloud. Point number 4th and 5th. The AWS include various tools and services designed to help users migrate application, databases, servers, and data onto its public cloud. The AWS Migration Hub provides the location to monitor and manage the migration from one premise to the other cloud. Once in the cloud, EC2 System Manager helps an IT team configure on-premise server and AWS instance. Amazon also has a partnership with several technological vendors, that is hybrid cloud development. VMware Cloud on AWS brings software-defined data centers technology from VMware to AWS Cloud. Red Hat Enterprises Linux from Amazon EC2 is the product for another partnership extending Red Hat's operating system to AWS Cloud. When we come to networking, in networking, the virtual private cloud gives an administrative control over a virtual network to use an isolation section of AWS Cloud. AWS automatically makes a provision for new resources within VPC for extra protection. Admin can balance network traffic with elastic load balancing services, which includes an application load balancer and network load balancer. This example I have just given you of Flipkart and Amazon festival deal. So where when there is an abruptly increase in the customer or the user, it is so configured that it automatically balances the load on the server and makes things smooth so that the system won't crash and there isn't a single delay. What Amazon thinks is that a single second delay or a 1 minute delay will lose your 10% of the customers. This is what Amazon thinks of. So that is the reason they cannot afford to have a delay and loss of 1 minute. So that is a value which they have. An IT professional can establish a dedicated connection from an on-premise data center to the ATS cloud via AWS Direct Connect. Then coming to developer tool, it has an SDK that is been available for variety of the platform and programming language, including Java, PHP, Python, Node.js, so that there are n number of developers can easily work upon without leaving their core languages. A developer can also take an advantage of AWS Command Line tool, a software development kit (SDK) to deploy and manage the application. That includes the AWS Command Line interface, which is Amazon's proprietary code interface. A developer can use AWS tool for PowerShell to manage the cloud services from Windows environment. Developer can use serverless application module to stimulate AWS environment to test Lambda functions. Then we have API gateway that enables developer team to create, manage, and monitor custom application program interface that let application access data and functionality from backend services. API gateway manages thousands of concurrent APIs at a single glance. AWS also provides a package media transport services, that is Amazon Elastic Transcoder, and a service that visualizes workflow for microservices based on application AWS steps. The development and the continuous integration and the delivery pipeline with service like AWS pipeline, code build and code deploy and code star. A developer can also store code in Git repository with AWS code commit and evaluate the performance of microservices based application with AWS X-Ray. Then managing and monitoring the other services which provide is AWS config, AWS config rules, AWS trusted advisors can help an IT team avoid improper configuration and needless expensive cloud resource development. AWS provides several automation tools in portfolio. An admin can automate infrastructure provisions via AWS Cloud Formation template and also use AWS Offwork and Chef to automate infrastructure and system configuration. Then security and governance. There are two of the servers which Amazon has, which has been used for the government services, and their location is unknown. It does not show where is the location of those geographical location of those servers and the data centers. That has been kept secret for government services. AWS provides a range of services for cloud security, including AWS Identity and Access Management, which allows admin to define and manage users' access to the resource. An admin can create user directory with cloud directory or connect cloud resources with an existing active directory with directory services. Each of the developer is being given an option to work in or in his own repository or in the shared repository it has been assigned to, which leads to an cloud security. It has also introduced, Amazon has also introduced tools that automatically access potential security risks. That is one of the service that which they have is Amazon Inspector, which analyzes an AWS environment for vulnerabilities that might impact the security and compliances. Then Amazon might use machine learning technology to protect sensitive cloud data. AWS also includes tools that services that provide software and hardware-based encryption, protect against DDoS attacks, provision security socket layer, that is SSL, then TLS certificates, that is transport layer security, then filter potential harmful traffic to the web applications. The AWS Management Console is a browser-based geographical user interface, that is the geographical user interface for AWS. The Management Console can be used to manage resources in cloud computing, cloud storage, and security credentials. The AWS Console interface with all AWS resources. The big data and management and analysis, which is a booming topic, and almost companies are going behind it. Big data. So AWS includes a variety of big data analytics and application services, which includes Amazon Elastic Map Reduce, which offers the Hadoop framework to process large amount of data. Then Amazon Kinesis, which provides several tools to process and analyze streaming data. AWS Glue, which is a service that handles, extracts, transforms, and loads the job. Then we have Amazon Elasticsearch service, which enables team to perform application monitoring, log analysis, and other tasks with the open source Elasticsearch tools. Then coming to artificial intelligence. In artificial intelligence, AWS offers a range of AI model development and delivery platform as well as packaged AI-based application. The AI suite of Amazon includes Amazon Lex for voice and text box chat technology. Then we have Amazon Polly for text to speech translation, Then we have Amazon recognition for image and facial analysis. AWS also provides the technology for developers to build smart applications that rely on machine learning technology and complex algorithms. With AWS deep learning Amazon machine images, developer can create and train custom AI modules with cluster of graphics processing units or compute optimized instances. AWS also includes a deep learning development framework for Manet and TensorFlow. Then we come to mobile development, the 15th point, that is AWS Mobile Hub, which offers a collection of tools and services for mobile app development, including AWS Mobile SDK, which provides code sample and libraries. There are many of the code which have been already made over here. So if a developer is aware about AWS services, he can go there from their repository, it can take a code, integrate into his system, and complete that and make the app. This actually reduces the time and also the testing, along with the development, testing, quality of service, everything is been managed very easily. A mobile app developer can also use Amazon Cognito to manage user access to mobile apps, as well as Amazon Pinpoint to send push notification, that is real-time acknowledgement the user would have. Then it can also send an end user and analyze the effectiveness of the communication. Then again, this point would be repeated over here in message and notification, that Amazon messaging services provide core communication for users and applications. Amazon Simple Queue Service, SQS, which it usually the abbreviation is managed message queue that sends, stores, and receives messages between component of distributed application to ensure that the part of an application work as intended. Amazon Simple Notification Service, S&S, enables a business to send, publish, or subscribe messages to endpoints such as end user or services. SNS includes mobile messaging feature that enables push notification to mobile devices. Amazon Simple Email Services, SES, provide the platform for IT professional and market to send the and receive emails. These are some of the keywords like SNS, and then we have SQS, SES. These are the most common used keyword in IT world. Then again, augmented reality and virtual reality. Here where the Amazon is emphasizing or leads into. It offers augmented reality and virtual reality development tool through the Amazon Samaria service. Amazon Sumerian allows users to create AR and VR virtual services application without needing to know programming or create 3D graphics. The service also enables users to test and publish application in browser. The where these services have been used are like 3D application, e-commerce and sales application, marketing, online education, which is now the hot cake right now, then manufacturing, then training simulations and gaming. Then again, it has an expertise in gaming development. It has been very easy to develop games over Amazon. It can also use for an gaming development. Large game developing companies such as Ubisoft will use AWS service for their gaming for their games. Like for Honor, AWS can provide services for each type of games life cycle. For example, if you take an example regarding it, what it actually want to say is that AWS provide a developer backend service, analytics, and developer tools. Developer tools should help aid developers in making their game, while backend end services might be able to help with building, deploying, or scaling developers platform. Analytics might help developers better know their customer and how they play the game. Developer can also store data and host game on AWS server. Basically, these intelligent services are working toward to know their customers. That is KYC in usual banking term we say, know your customer. Here, the tools which AWS has is trying to understand the behavior of the user, how the user uses the application, what more it's look upon, or what are the areas the user is more interested in, so that it has accumulated complete data, and on that data it gives its report. This analytical report helps developer and the companies where to focus and where to not, at which point is the revenue generation point and the point at which the company is losing its revenue. So these kind of tools are available in cloud, this Amazon Web Cloud, that makes companies easy to understand the market. Then the next booming topic is that IoT, Internet of Things. Everyone talks about it, IoT, and this is also one of the point which Amazon excels in. AWS also has a variety of services that enable the Internet of Things deployment. The AWS IoT services provides a backend platform to manage IoT devices and data injection to other AWS storage and database services. The AWS IoT buttons provide the hardware for limited IoT functionalities and AWS Greengrass, which brings AWS compute capability to IoT. And there are n number of other services which AWS provides. But we have looked upon the most used and required services by the professionals as well as the participants of this workshop who would need if they use AWS. Now getting to the crucial part of AWS is that pricing. One thing is that let there be any cloud. The most difficult part with the cloud is to understand its pricing system. As they say it very simple, pay as you go. But when you go to their console and select the services, you get very confused which services to start, which not to start. Like if you are hosting a website and it has to be on 24/7. So you have to pay 24 hours, 365 days to the server costing. And sometimes it may get a costly affair. So, but again, the pricing is competitive. So as the AWS say, it's a tagline which AWS always mention is that pay as you go module for its cloud services, either on a per hour basis or per second basis. This is also one option to reverse some amount of compute capability at a discounted price for a customer who pay in whole or who sign or have a contract for 1 year to 3 years. Depending upon the contract, they give a discount. But maximum discount which they give for the 3 years is 30% and not more than that. But if you want to use or have an hands-on Amazon, it gives around 60 applications free of cost for 12 months. And basically they have 3 modules into it, which you can use. One is free, which is lifetime free. But if you are getting into a commercial application development or commercial use, this really won't help us, but it is good for study. And we have a 12 months free option, and there are some trials. In 12 months free, they give almost 60 services where we can use it and have hands on that. And they give usually 200 credits per month. Like if you are using an Amazon services, paid services after that, they'll give you 200 credits. And as these credits have been exhausted, then you have to pay for it. So altogether, this is what is Amazon Web Services. if we get to the benefits of Amazon Web Services, that is easy to use, reliable, secure, flexible, scalable, high performance, cost effective, and elasticity and agility. These are its USP. That is how it leads over other companies. But along with that, here comes Microsoft Azure. Microsoft Azure defines itself in a bit different terms. It describes cloud computing as it is the delivery of computing services including server, storage, database, networking, software, analytics, and intelligence over the internet. That is the cloud to offer faster innovation, flexible resources, and economic of scale. User will typically pay only for the cloud service they use, helping to lower the operating costs, run infrastructure more effective, and scale as the business need changes. The pricing term of Azure is a bit simpler as compared to Amazon. So that is the reason many of the companies or developers prefer Azure, because pricing is very clear. No doubt, Amazon provides a calculator to calculate the pricing. But again, if we go to its calculator, it's very confusing. And end of the day, it becomes very scary that what would be the monthly billing of it. Then we have the full range of Microsoft Azure service covers much more ground than a simple relocating on-premise server. It just does not focuses on infrastructure, but as well as it has the most concrete and the potential part is its SaaS, that is Office 365. Okay, which gives organization access to cloud-based services without the necessity to manage a server. For example, you can stand up a website on a WordPress or build a basic on Node.js site. In addition, developer of the apps and the app-based sites and services can use Azure storage and service as building blocks without having to worry about the security and the reliability of underlying architecture and the infrastructure. The Azure global infrastructure includes data center in 54 regions, which is spanning over 140 countries. Microsoft even this AWS, it has two data centers which are at secret locations, undisclosed locations. Then what we can say is that what are the benefits or how it benefits Microsoft Azure has. The most obvious benefit of Azure infrastructure and service offering is your organization doesn't have to buy, configure, maintain, or repair hardware to run cloud-based workload. Saving starts with the cost of hardware but encompasses for a great number of indirect costs like physical storage costs has been saved, your electricity, AC maintenance, developers, highly skilled staff. So this headache has been given to this Azure. They look after it. Then we have, even we don't need to worry regarding the failure of your infrastructure. So it has been also looked after it. Then looking more towards Azure infrastructure as a service. One of the most basic Azure IaaS usage scenario is replacing the physical server with virtual server running in Azure's data center, thus eliminating need to maintain hardware. Even Microsoft has announced that by the end of 2020, they are looking for Citrix Virtual Desktop Essential. They mean to say that creating a complete desktop, virtual desktop over the data center itself. You don't have to spend on even configuring high configured desktops and your machine. So that is one of the unique features which they have. A cloud-based computing infrastructure is capable of tricky you can easily accomplish in your own server room, including built-in load balancing, and on-the-fly hardware upgrades at a flip of a virtual switch. It also includes some impressive security features such as just-in-time VN access. That is one of its unique features that which locks down VM at a network level, blocking inbound traffic, except when the specific request of the access have been approved. Then we go to storage and databases. Storing huge amount of data structure and unstructured is what Azure is built for. The native Azure storage services like Azure Blob for unstructured data, including serving images, documents, and video streams directly to the server. Azure Files, which are cloud-based file shared access using standard messaging block, that is SMB protocol. Azure Queues for messaging between application components and Azure Tables, a NoSQL store for data structure. For migrating databases built on SQL Server, there is SQL Database, a fully managed service that can use and manage instances to migrate on-premise workload or deploy the scratch to supply SQL databases as a service. Then again, same like AWS app development and tools which it has. Almost all leading data cloud platform has same or the other kind of services that tools for what we say application development it has, and tools for services it has, container and services, and machine learning. The functionality is almost same. But now here where it leads is that there are 2 to 3 points where Azure is ahead of AWS. That is, one is Windows platform which it provides. Second, around 60% of the data centers works on Linux and BCD. Okay, even that is that also helps them to get new users. And if you go for the costing, the Azure services are built as per you go model with no upfront cost. You can receive a discount on Azure services by purchasing again same billing structure they have, but as compared to other, their billing is quite simpler and cost effective. So that is the reason Microsoft is leading. Then we have, these are the benefits: security, scalability, worldwide access, hybrid compatibility, and flexibility. Google Cloud Platform. Since the Android market is getting very hot, it's been suggested to get onto the Google Cloud Platform because the internet services which are being provided by Google are free to those. So it makes an application development a bit cheaper and easy. The integration is simplified and simple. So now what Google Cloud has to say about its cloud computing is that cloud computing as a capital investment in building and maintaining data structure is replaced by consuming IT resources as an elastic utility-like service from a cloud provider, including storage, compute, networking, data processing, and analytics, application development, machine learning, and even fully managed services. A good cloud, a cloud platform is essentially a public cloud-based machine whose services are delivered to the customer on an as-you-go basis by the way of service components. A public cloud lets you leverage its resources to empower the application you build, as well as reach to a broader base of customers. Although the Google does not offer a virtual machine hosting services similar to its competitors, Google does not have an virtual VMware. Okay, as competitive development with Amazon Web Services, its primary service model is based around the development and deployment of the more modern and containerized application. Google Cloud Platform strategy for competing on price is to offer discounts for sustained users. What Google Cloud does is that those are its prominent customers as well as loyal customers. It gives a pretty decent discount to them. But again, it needs a commitment from 1 year to 3 years, like other cloud providers. Okay. Now what Google Cloud Platform does and why? The Google Cloud Platform is provided for computing resources for deploying and operating application on the web. Its specialty is providing a place for individual and enterprise to build and run software and use the web to connect with the users of the software. Think of tens and thousands of the websites operating on a network of hyperscale, very big, but also very divisible. Data centers, you will get the basic idea about how it works. When you run a website or an application or a service on Google Cloud Platform, Google keeps track of all of the resources it uses, especially how much processing power, data storage, data queries, and network connectivity it consumes. Rather than a server or a DNS access by the month, which in what you would do with an ordinary website provides. You pay for each of these resources on a per second basis. Competitors charge per minute, it charges per second. With discounts that apply when your service are used heavily by your customers on the web. Okay. Then what distinguishable functions or features Google Cloud Platform has over others? That is, you can use a cloud platform when you want to service your present or your users, your customer or your fellow employees on an application as opposed to the website. Maybe you want to help home builder estimate the size and structure of the cabinets they need to build for a kitchen. Maybe you are analyzing and performance statistics of athletes trying out to college sports club, and you need sophisticated analytics to tell the head coach whose performance could improve. Or you could scan hundreds of the documents pages to archive newspaper copy, and you need to build a scannable index dating back decades. So there are applications which Google states that come, develop, use, analyze. You use a cloud platform such as Google Cloud Platform when you want to build and run an application that can leverage the power of hyperscale data center in some way to reach users worldwide, or to borrow sophisticated analytics and AI functions, or to utilize massive data storages, or take advantage of cost effectiveness. You pay not for the machine, but for the resources the machine uses. Here, Google works on the concept of the resource you use, you pay for it. Then, what are its competitive strengths? Google's competitive strengths are it's automating the development of modern application, creative cost control, and friendlier handholding of first-time users. Then talking about the services Google Platform has, they are the same what others provide. So discussing same thing again and again will again kill our time. And for the costing basis, as I said, Google costs for each and every resources you use. For an example, it states that if you want to use a database, you want to store, so Google will charge you $0.004 per GB per hour. So as long as you rest your data, the billing will go on. Then again, if you are using any of the instances, it will charge you almost $0.003 per instance or per thousand instance. So everything is billed. Each request is chargeable. Nothing is free. Even when you use a Google Map, dynamic map, again they have given a pricing band. You pay for it. Like for $7, 1,000 requests are allowed. You can have 1,000 requests for $7. So other cloud will charge you on system, on infrastructure, but Google will charge you for your each and every resources you are using. So again, using Google resources are a bit complicated. But since it has a proprietary Android or an open source Android, so knowingly, unknowingly, or if even if you don't want to, but still it's better for an application you go with, or if you want to use Google proprietary applications services, so it's been always recommended to go with Google Cloud. And the benefits which we can have a look over it. That is cost effectiveness, highly scalable, custom machine types, then supports IoT, API based platform, then has an analytical tool for big data management, then has cloud AI, artificial intelligence for cloud management, and again a serverless system. So as per request, we'll just have a look over Google Cloud. I hope everyone has at least understood the basics of cloud computing. Platform, three platform which what kind of services they provide. Okay. Uh, this is an console for Google Cloud Platform. Here you can see the name of the project which we have hosted over here, which project is going on. Okay, you can look into it. Okay, or if you want, you can create a new project, and everything works on ID basis.
Not visible, sir.
Pardon? Hello? Hello?
Screen is not visible, sir.
Hello? Okay, screen is not visible. I am extremely sorry. Sharing. Yes, okay.
Hello, Maurice sir. Sorry to interrupt you, but your console is not visible.
Okay, sorry. Now it's visible.
Yeah, it is visible now.
Oh, madam, with the sound completed. Manish sir चे question डालेंगे ना सर बच्चे पास
हेलो
मैंने बोला
हेलो
कि मैडम आपने क्वेश्चन पेपर कब बनाएंगे आप?
Hello, others, please mute themselves. Please.
एक मिनट आ रहा हूँ, उसको बोला।
All the participants, please mute themselves so that sir can share their sentence.
I know the lecture has been gone very heavy, but just bear for few minutes so that few of our participant wants to just have a look for the Google.
हाँ आएगा सर। इसको वीकली ऑफ लेने से
उषा मावशींशी बोलली. उषा मावशींशी पण बोलली तर त्या म्हणाले मी त्याला मावशी होत्या त्यांनीच परत की मी भांडे पण धुते असं
पर वो
संघाचं तर मी
हाँ सर उसके नीचे
सांगितलं मी पण त्यांना भांडं धुतलं पण त्या बोलल्या
सर से यहाँ आएगा कैजुअल लीव
Hello.
रूम करते हैं
Can you please mute the YouTube?
टेक्निकली वी कैन टेक एक्चुअली बिकॉज इन द प्रीवियस मंथ ऑल्सो मैं दिन आ रहा हूँ
पे जाना है हमें
ले सकते यहाँ वेंसडे लिए है यहाँ थर्सडे लिए है
हम एक्टिविटी
Hello,
हर वेंसडे ले रहे हो तो हर वेंसडे लो
છોકરા કેટલા બકવાસ છે કોને ચેન્જ
कैजुअली
કરવું છે
तो कैजुअल लीव लिखा
ये जे एक्टिविटी थी सर जे फोल्डर
Yeah, fine.
Maurice, sir, you can start now, please.
Yeah, thank you. I hope the session had been the overloaded session. Okay. So here this is a concept for Google Cloud platform. Here you can just we can click over here and we can start a new project and project to start working. These are few of projects which are going live right now on our Google Cloud. Okay. So one of our project is using Map for project. So here we use an API keys, what activities are being performed. Then we have here API service dashboard. There are various services which are being available over here. This is what is the traffic on right now on our application going on. So as said, how is the traffic, like how many requests are going on. Here you can see 1214 requests are continuously going on. Okay, what is latency, and it even let us know, do we need an upgradation or not. This graph we can have on hourly basis, 6 hourly basis, 12 hourly basis, 1 day, 2 day, 4 days, 7 days. As and when required, we can generate this. Then to enable or to disable services, it is absolutely very simple. Okay, what services you want to enable, what services you don't want to enable. Like right now we are using dynamic map. Hello. Sorry. I could show you the map API which we are using. This API is enable. Okay. And in this API, we have its other functionalities which supports it, and the billing is charged as per this. Okay. Here you can just see there is a list of tools available for various categories from advertising, analyzing, big data, blog, compute, CRM, databases, everything. Here you have to just go like Firebase. If you just consider Firebase is been used for cloud messaging and all this stuff. And if you want to make an application like WhatsApp, so using this will make you make an application very fast and simple. But no doubt prior knowledge is necessary. There are many companies, since there is a billing confusion, how much there would be a cost to company for running an application. Nowadays, there are companies who only excel in billing consultancy. They'll just give you a consultancy regarding what, when, how to start a service, to close a service, when it is required, when it is not required. So depending upon necessary, on a regular basis, you need to enable and disable your services. Then you have a marketplace over here. You are billing. Again, I would n number of times concentrate on billing is that more or same functionality is simple or similar, but billing plays an important role on cloud. Then I am admin. This will help you to restrict users, set rules for developers, for auditors, who could check what, code analysis, for testers, things have been managed. I just want to show you this Kubernetes and all this stuff. This compute. The part into Google Cloud or any cloud platform is that you should be very clear with the concept of what does app engine mean, what does compute engine mean, what it does, what will happen. So unless and until you are aware, you won't be in a state to select that. And if you just start enabling all services, then you will have to pay a huge amount for this. Because first you have to select your server, which server you want. Then second, you have to select what configuration your server should have. Do you want to have a shared server or do you want to have a private server? Okay. On that, how many instances you want to run at a time? I'll just try to set up a server for you. I hope I won't be given permission. Already I have an 18 projects running. Okay, pending. Sorry. So here it says welcome to an app engine, build scalable app in any language and Google infrastructure. So you start with first where you want to launch your application, in which region. Depending upon region, the billing is. The costliest region is India and the cheapest region is North America, where billing is very cheaper as compared to uh, India data center. Asia South one. Okay, Asia South one I have selected. Create an application. Which language you have to create? Let's write it over here. Which environment you want? Let's like standard. So it is asking create a billing account. Already I have one more account for billing. So it has already taken that information. Just a minute. Let me put. It will check initially whether this credit card is active or not. Now Google is happy, at least now a user is going to pay. Okay. Now resources required for this. I have two buckets. मी जरा नंतर बोलतो. Okay, they have assigned these buckets for me, which we have taken. Create a bucket, refresh. Okay, we start with this. Initially, let's select an compute engine. I'm sorry, I'm unable to link this billing account to my new project. I don't know what has been issue with this.
Maurice, sir, if you are facing any issues, so we can continue it into next session, sir. No problem. We are having one more session with you.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh,
Hello.
yes, sir.
The
Because we
session.
are having our next session at 2 p.m.
Okay. Sorry. Okay. Sorry.
No,
Okay.
no problem, sir. As we are having one more session, so we can continue from this only.
Okay. Sure. For sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. I'm extremely sorry to all participants that right now I am not in a state to uh, you with
No
this Google
problem, sir.
Drive platform. But in the next session, we'll surely get through it. Okay.
Yes,
Thank
yes,
you.
sir.
I hope
Yeah.
you all have enjoyed the session and you would have understand or what I actually wanted to convey. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir, for sharing your valuable information about the different cloud platforms, providers, its associated services, Google Cloud platform, how we can set up the server. In short, you have taken too many important content. Definitely, it helps us to learn the basics. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Sir, uh, yeah, we have some queries related to this session. As time is not permitting to us, so we will cover these queries in next session. We have two queries which are related to the today's session. We will surely cover this into our next session. So now we will be having our next session at 2 p.m., which is based on high performance computing on cloud technology by Mr. Saurabh Darvesher. So you be with us. As speaker will be here, we will let you know.
Hi, this is Saurabh Barve joining the call.